Mark Hoffman returns in Saw X, and here's why.
Welcome back, horror fans. My name's Adam.
And I'm Zoe.
And Detective Hoffman is back.
You sure about that?
We have cold, hard facts on why Mark Hoffman is back. We have been doing some research on this, and not everyone's going to agree, but by the end of this video, I guarantee you will also believe that Mark Hoffman is back.
Is this you theorizing again?
We will give you all the reasons why Mark Hoffman is back, starting with a very, very big piece of evidence.
One of the, cold, hard evidence that he is returning.
Undisputable fact here.
Yeah, no one can tell us otherwise. His voice is in the trailer.
Out of all the men to cheat, you picked John Kramer?
His voice is in the trailer.
Mark Hoffman is in the trailer.
And you might say, well, they just reused that little piece of voice.
Yeah, from maybe another movie,
or
they just slice that together. But no.
The actor who actually does the international translated voice for Costas Mandylor, also known as Mark Hoffman, has returned to record this voice line for the trailer.
Yeah, so do you have anything to say about that? Because I don't know, that's some solid evidence that he has returned.
So I'm sorry if you're a hater out there, but fact one is pretty indisputable.
Yeah, whether it be he returns alive, which I strongly believe it is, or if he just returns for a portion of the film, it definitely seems like he is coming back.
He's coming back, and that's not all. We're not finished there.
We are not finished yet. I did a little bit of sneaky research, and when I say sneaky research, I just followed the Saw page on Instagram. I didn't need to research anything; it just popped up.
This is a hard-hitting research
very
deep dive.
hard-hitting research deep dive on my Instagram. Anyways, Saw posted recently. It was a few days ago now. A photo of good old John Kramer. It was a bit of fan art. Someone had obviously drawn him up, and yeah, it looked pretty good. But what got me thinking was the caption. And the caption said, "Keep an eye or two out for more fan art." Now, I was like, interesting. So maybe the next couple of posts of these fan art, the fan arts that they post, could allude to maybe something we don't know yet from the trailer. And sure enough, the next post of fan art was Mark Hoffman. No way! Now tell me that is not a hint in itself.
That's right. They posted a picture of Mark Hoffman. You can't say they're about to release a movie, not have Mark Hoffman in it, and they're posting pictures of him on the official Instagram.
I don't know. And then also saying keep an eye or two out for the fan art, the next fan art.
And
why would we be keeping an eye out for it if it didn't mean anything?
That's right. And also the real Costas Mandylor.
Yeah, Costas Mandylor's Instagram, the real Costas Mandylor. He's been very active on that as of recent. Yeah. He seems to really still enjoy talking about Saw, unlike other people who got snubbed.
The real Costas Mandylor, which is the name of his Instagram page, just so you can catch why we keep saying it. He, all of a sudden, he's been a bit more active on his Instagram page. His very small Instagram page.
A bit more into, the Saw content.
He's mentioning his appearance is coming up soon, and also mentioning Saw as a franchise as well.
Let the games begin.
Very interesting.
He seems very excited.
Yes, and before you say this one is a little bit arbitrary, this piece of evidence, we've got even more.
Yeah, we do.
We've got even more.
We do.
And this one is this one's even better. This one's a real good one. Now, during the Midsummer Scream Festival, according to the direct.com, which is possibly a relatively reliable source, the old director himself, Kevin Gruart. Gruart. You tell me how it's supposed to be pronounced.
I don't know.
You
guys correct us in the comments. Potato. Anyway,
he was asked whether or not Hoffman was going to be alive in the Saw franchise.
To which he gave a bit of a stern answer.
He avoided the question.
He said, "I'm not going to answer that."
Yeah.
Which is quite interesting because in the director's commentary in Saw 3D, again, I'm not 100% sure whether Kevin was actually the person to say this, but it was mentioned on a producer or a cast and crew note that Mark Hoffman did die in the bathroom. But now Kevin is like, I'm not actually going to answer that.
The director of Saw X himself did not say that Hoffman was dead.
Well, he also directed Saw 3D, which is interesting.
Yes.
It's interesting that the plan was that he's dead, and they've said in a commentary that he's dead, but now all of a sudden it's, actually, I'm not going to answer that, which I feel like they're not going to say if they've already said he's dead and he really is dead, they would just say he's dead.
Of course.
So I feel like that's pretty hard-hitting evidence as well.
That's right. The exact quote, we can post it up on the screen, but effectively he has actually been asked whether or not Mark Hoffman was going to come back.
And he has, avoided that question.
This is the director of the movie who, if Hoffman wasn't in it, he could just say no. He could just say he's not in it.
He's already said that he's dead before. Why would he not just say it again if that was the case? He's avoiding the question.
So clear they're trying to keep this in the dark a little bit here. Moving forward, we've got even more for you.
We do. This is something that I picked up on, and I'm not sure how many people have actually picked up on it. I'm sure some of you have. There's some pretty diehard fans out there. But in Saw 5, we see Storm follow Hoffman to a house, and he follows him through the house, and it's soon we discover that it is a nerve gas house and it's been remodeled. Whether that was done by Hoffman or John, I would say it would be done by Hoffman. I don't think John really has the time to be remodeling a house.
He gets up to a lot.
He does get up to a lot. I feel like he's got enough on his plate, though, with the whole engineering death traps. But yeah, this house has been remodeled. It looks rather nice now. Could it be that Hoffman maybe considered that there would ever be a time that he was stuck in the bathroom or place something there just in case he was ever stuck in the bathroom and had a way pre-planned to get out of it? Now, I think it could be a bit of a stretch because at this point he doesn't know that Dr. Lawrence Gordon is alive and working for Jigsaw. But I feel like Hoffman is too smart to not at least consider a way out.
Yeah, so just to be clear, the house itself from Saw 2, where the giant trap was played, which seems to be above the original bathroom from Saw 1.
Yes, the original bathroom from Saw 1.
All the same house. So we're looking at the house, which is above the tunnel system, which is above the bathroom. It's all one place. Makes a absolute new debut in Saw 5.
Yep.
And we see them walk through this house. It's hard to actually tell it's the same house at first. It's the exact same layout.
Yeah, it's really only the point where Storm pulls up the door that you're like, oh.
Yeah, when you start to look closer, you can see it's the same house, but it's all been redone. It's all looking nice now. Yeah. It's not dilapidated.
Hoffman's been to IKEA.
That's right. And so we should have. And of course we see Storm lifting up the same trapdoor that Amanda lifted up in Saw 2. So this is all the same house. This is where all these traps have been played out. And Hoffman's obviously been at some dirty work in this location.
Yeah. Takes care of
Storm in this area and all that sort of stuff. And this is the same place that Hoffman ends up being locked away.
Yeah, and it seems, if Hoffman was the one that remodeled this place, which I can only see that being the plot, the option, it means he's been around this bathroom for quite some time, working on this place. And Dr. Lawrence Gordon, whether he knew that or not, took him back to the same place. I feel like Hoffman would have at least thought out how to escape. If he'd spent that much time in this place remodeling it, I don't know.
It would have been like home for him.
Exactly. Well, he would have had to have spent a long while there getting the house in as good condition as it was.
A long while.
So, yeah, that's what I think. I think that maybe he had something up his sleeve, whether he left a key there or something to use to escape, maybe an extra saw. I don't know if he'd do that to cut off his foot, but maybe just had thought about an idea of how to escape the room.
Yeah, of course.
And besides, the bathroom itself has a pretty high survival rate, You've got Eric Matthews, who smashed his foot in. Lovely scene, by the way.
Yeah.
You've got, obviously, Dr. Lawrence Gordon, that is revealed survived at the end of Saw 3D. The bathroom has a high survival rate. Yeah. And I don't see Hoffman going down starving to death. If anything, I see him grabbing the toilet seat and smashing his foot in as well.
Exactly. And Hoffman is a bit of a badass. So
he is a badass.
Yeah, random doctors and other people.
I saw this Reddit post that said that Hoffman would not hesitate to break his own foot or cut off his own foot and beat Lawrence Gordon to death with it. And I feel like that does very much outline his character for sure.
Course.
I don't think he's going down without a fight. I certainly don't think he's starving to death down there. The only other thing that I could possibly consider is that the bathroom was found and maybe Hoffman was locked up, but I don't see them doing that either because it doesn't really give them anything to branch out on. They're not going to do a sequel where Hoffman breaks out of prison because no one wants to see that. If he is in prison, then we'll get a 2-second scene with him in prison and that's it. But I highly doubt that they're going to waste his character that moment.
And of course, the biggest thing is he didn't die.
Yeah,
he didn't
obviously.
Die. They showed
You're
a picture
going to tell
of
me
him.
he starved to death down there? The guy that smashed in his own hand to break it out of a shackle and then bolted his face between two bars to escape a reverse bear trap.
There's no way.
There's no way he's just laid to rest down there. I was like, all right, I give up. I guess it's time for me to go. There's no way.
Exactly right. And look, at the end of the day, this is a very big film. We're getting original cast members coming back. We're getting the whole team. We're getting the whole crew back together. And if this isn't enough for you to understand and believe that Hoffman is back, we're talking his voice is in the trailer. They've rehired the international translator. They're posting his face on the Saw official Instagram. Mm-hmm. He's mentioning Saw again after not talking about it for a long time on his own Instagram. There are all of these things happening.
Yeah.
And look, we all want it to happen, obviously. We want him to come back.
Yeah, but from the haters.
If there's any haters out there and you still don't believe it and you don't agree with all these facts, I'd love to hear why.
Yeah, tell us why, because I to me, just his voice being in the trailer alone and the fact that it was dubbed internationally by people who have voiced him before is pretty much just solid evidence.
It's solid evidence.
That's it. Like, okay, he's returning. Now, another story is why they haven't actually shown a picture of him in the trailer yet. And the only thing that I can consider, like the only reason I can consider that being the case is if they bring him back and they're like, yes, he's alive. He's going to be part of the next film. And that's all I can see happening.
He's somehow involved in the twist at the end, possibly.
Yeah.
And that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know?
I think we all expect it.
Yeah. We're all hoping, like, you know, the fact that he's been hidden away, maybe he's part of the twist. Is he just a big surprise in the film?
Has he been working with Logan?
Yeah. It seems more likely.
I hope not, but they could do it.
Seems more likely that he's just at the very end or he's a big twist. Either way, we're very, very excited. Thanks for watching, guys. Again,
let us know what you think.
Let us know what you think.
I personally love this theory.
Yes.
It's not really a theory, it's canon, but it's canon to me.
We're very, very excited. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
We'll see you in the next one, guys.
Game over.